Is it? What was it? Is it the internet connection or what have you?
Yeah, something to do with I've got a couple of screens going on. So I was downloading Skype to my phone
Yeah.
as you called back, and I restarted my computer. But hey ho, here we go again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we was talking about Arthur Brown,
We
right?
were talking about Arthur Brown.
Yeah, yeah, and so you know, dude, you reached number one and number two in the Irish chart, right, with the first two singles. Yeah, epic live
Well,
shows.
well, I'll correct you slightly there. I reached number one and number two in the Irish rock charts.
Ah, cool.
So
But
number one, the first song, "Love Will Tear Us Apart," was the number one on the iTunes rock chart during the marriage equality referendum. Thank you very much.
well, wicked, wicked,
Um,
wicked.
uh, and the follow-up was number two on that same rock chart. Now they both entered the all songs chart. I
Yeah.
think "Love Will Tear Us Apart" went into the top 30, and "Imagery," maybe something similar. Um, but charts don't really, well, they do, I suppose, exist, but in a much different way. Not to indie artists, really.
Yeah, yeah.
But at that time, it was still almost important because people were still downloading tunes and stuff
Damn, man, it's
and paying for music, paying for music. And here's the thing, and I, I'm sad that the kids don't have to pay for music these days.
it's just all streaming, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
have their subscription. Their parents have probably paid for it, or they've paid for it themselves, but they don't have to save up any money and go to the store and sift through the albums and make a decision and commit
Oh,
and pay.
that's actually a very valid point regarding streaming killing the financials of the audio industry for the, especially with Spotify's announcement that they're going to reduce the actual per stream fee for 2021. Not sure whether people
Yeah.
are on the ball regarding that, because yesterday
Well,
everyone was posting there. I've had so many streams this year from Spotify, but like, dude, do you know they're
oh
gonna?
man, that was so funny.
I know.
I was everyone posting, and it's great.
Yeah.
It's great to see all that stuff. I was like, I ain't posting mine.
Nah, it don't matter. Do you know what it is? It's about it's about the quality
Yeah,
of the
and it's
listeners. It's not even just about the
participation.
numbers. Like, honestly, it's not. It's like a lot of people are going the other way. They're actually pressing their own vinyl. That they're actually I think they're trying to fight the whole thing. But
Hmm.
I,
Hmm.
I
I mean, I'm not. I'm not. If I start buying vinyl, and building another vinyl collection, it's a commitment. But I've been there. I've been there when vinyl was important, and I've had the boxes full of singles and the boxes full of albums, and I mean, yeah. When I was 13, 14, 15, a teenager, it was treasure. Music was gold. You couldn't just hear a song whenever you wanted to. We recorded the songs on cassette tapes on the radio so we could hear them again.
oh wow, yes, yeah, yeah.
you know and we bought vinyl in records, and there was a ritual to using it. And yeah, man, yeah, vinyl was great. But yeah, its music industry has changed. The Spotify, percentage pay, yeah, I can't keep up with all of it, really.
It's gonna be reduced, dude. And I thought at the end of the day, it's the live performers which they've been impacted obviously due to lockdowns, but it's consistently going to be the live performers which and that's what you are. You're a live performer. I mean that's
Yes,
your background, so you've got the edge there. But
I do have the edge there.
yeah, you definitely
I'll
do.
never let you down on stage.
Absolutely brilliant.
I might let you down in life.
Oh wow, no, it's cool. It's cool, man.
I might let you down in life, but I ain't never gonna let you down on stage, man.
Oh, you're the best, man. Like, you've got your
You're
own.
the
No,
best.
no, I try. I try. Do you know what it is for me? The whole ethos for radiation is just talent, music, but without the political agenda. You know, without
God bless
any
you.
motive.
What would we do without people like you?
It's I think
Well,
we're being suppressed, dude. What it is,
yeah,
yeah, that is what it is. If you say anything out of line, it's a whole different ball game. If you start saying certain things, um, but then again, I'm always I always like to be a couple of steps ahead of the curve regarding that. So,
How do you mean? What do you mean ahead of the curve?
okay. I'll tell you how.
Yeah,
Uh,
let me into your secret so I can start using it to my own benefit in my own life.
no. No. What it is, right, JD? All right, look. If you're on terrestrial sort of radio, right, there, which is you can pick up in the car. That it's different. You can't say certain things. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're online and you are very tactical with the placement of your servers, in the world, yeah, there's certain things that you can get away with. Yeah. Yes.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Thanks for explaining that.
Yeah. So basically, you can read between the lines there. You can basically know that if you talk against something which is happening, a lot of people have had their YouTube channels taken down. They've had their podcasts pulled. At the end of the day, I've been working on this thing for almost 5 years now for radiation. Building this, and I people go, why don't you just work for another station? I go, what, to have someone's hand around my throat telling me what I can and can't say? No. What am I going to receive money from? Let's say some particular foundation, and once you receive money from that foundation, you have to toe the party line, so to speak. Yeah, well, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm thinking about my kids, my sons, when they grow up, what are they going to have? And if we are constantly being fed the political agenda every day, we are living in that Orwellian world properly.
Yeah, man. I'm with you, standing right beside you on that, brother.
Thank you, man. Thank you, JD. So that's what it's about. I was interviewing a Apache Indian the other day.
Pardon?
I was interviewing a Apache Indian the other day, right, on
Okay,
the show
yes.
on Monday, right? And this is just right at the start of the interview. What did I turn around and say? He turns around to me and he says, "We're talking about the area and how he does so much work for the kids in the community. He's an amazing chap." And I turn around and we're talking about we bring it into drugs and how drugs is affecting the youth. And go, bro,
Mm-hmm.
let's go straight to the top. And go,
Mm-hmm.
we've seen that thing with Halit. There's an interview with Halit, who was remember the original lineage for the real royalty, and where he turns around and says, right, and I'll repeat it on this show as well. He turns around and says, the French Royal Navy are sick and tired of transporting the Queen's heroin. There you go. Now, if I was working for the Beeb, could I say that? No, I couldn't.
No, you couldn't.
No, you couldn't.
You could not.
There you go.
That's, I guess, hashtag organized crime. Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. But I feel, drugs are, you're right about one thing. Drugs are killing young people, and drugs are a big issue in this country, illegal drugs and the industry of drugs. And there's a lot of kind of almost trafficking of young, vulnerable kids, isn't there, to go and sell drugs?
Yeah. You just touched on child
And
trafficking.
and I would argue a significantly higher proportion of minority children doing vulnerable to that, like Indian and Pakistani and Sikh and Black and and immigrant children. So there's a very big issue there. It does need to be dealt with. Legalize many drugs, I say.
Yeah. Legalize many of them. Yeah. At the end of the day.
Yeah, and the country, the states in America who have legalized cannabis, for example,
yeah,
creating great income for their states and able to plow a lot of that money back into their communities properly. So
100 million quid, I think. What state was it? Was it I don't know.
Was it one of the Colorados?
Yeah, I think so. They turned over in a month $100 million in a month from cannabis, the cannabis trade.
Yeah. And so there's whole methadone treatments out there and stuff. I mean, I don't know about I mean, I'm not a drug addict as such. I've I have experimented like any youth with some things, but fortunately it didn't take control of me or whatever. But I do believe strongly that we should decriminalize where we can and help people rather than demonizing people with addiction, and house them and help them back to health, and you can fund all that stuff before we fund the HSE.
Yeah, damn right. Damn right. Very, very true. But
In fact, take all the HSE money and fund that into social, into alleviating social despair, man.
yeah, exactly. But the whole thing that it's like a cesspit, and it's profitable to keep people in despair. You know, it's very sad. Um, Rather than get myself into any, who's gonna put me in trouble?
You're deep, man.
Exactly. But do you know what it is? It's just okay. So
Give me a question. That'll get us on.
family
Give us a
support.
question.
Do you have family support in what you do? Being a musician. I mean, where you tell me about your parents. You know, were they actors, musicians?
That makes me laugh. The idea of my parents being actors and musicians gives me it just gives me a giggle, because my mother is a farmer's daughter, and my father was a truck driver, and he was also a cab driver before that in Ireland. They're both dead now. My father died about 8 years ago, and my mother died just 2 years ago.
Rest in peace, both of them.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Lovely people.
Can imagine.
Working class people, but my mother would say, we're middle class. We're middle. And what she meant was, we're middle of the road kind of people.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm from an Irish country town where we had a good sense of community, and I got a good community school education. There were, of course, challenges growing up. But I'm grateful for what I got. Do I have family support for my music? And I didn't always have this, family support at first to be an actor.
Yeah.
When I said I was going to be an actor, that didn't go down well, and I think that's true of a lot of actors and their parents. In my first year in college, I had done my first very big play in a big lead role, and my mother came to see it and enjoyed it and stuff and everything. But after that, it was like, okay, no more plays now. You have to knuckle down for the rest of the year, and with your studies.
Wow. What did he study?
English and sociology.
Bloody brilliant. Okay.
But I went I went behind her back and did another play in the Drama Society on the QT without telling her.
Wow.
So it became a kind of an underground activity for a while.
Which is good. Which is exciting.
Exciting. So yeah, my family do support me, in what I do.
Okay. So tell me a funny story, a funny studio or live performance story, something hilarious that's happened to you.
Something hilarious. Oh, that's a real high pressure question, isn't it?
Sorry, dude.
You might as well just say, make him laugh right now. It worked. Okay. The first thing that comes into my mind is, when I was a very young man as an actor, and I was doing a play in Birmingham.
Birmingham, oh my God, that's my neck of the woods originally, yeah.
In the Birmingham Rep Theatre, and I was doing an Irish play there called The Playboy of the Western World. I was about 23. I was in the lead role, and it was about a young guy who thinks he's killed his father, meets a young girl and bigs up this story about killing his father because she's really impressed. So he bigs up this huge story about how he killed his father and exaggerates, and he becomes this, I guess, performer, but it doesn't have the backup. It's founded on a lie, with the and so the father, who's only been knocked out by a shovel, he's kind of like, because he's gone chasing his son and tracking him down. So he arrives on the scene just as the two are about to kind of get together. Yes. And it's like, she's devastated. Your father's alive. You lied to me. Everything, our love is a lie, and so me and this actress playing these two characters, like, we had to run on stage at one stage, kind of in the climax of this play. and she she had to deliver the first line in the scene. They were all chasing me, tracking me down. They were going to string me up for lying about killing my father, you know. So she was to come in and deliver a really hard line. She slipped and fell on her arse. Her legs went into the air. Her hands went into the air. And she landed on her arse on the stage. And it was the funniest thing ever. Because let's face it, people falling down is funny.
Yeah, yeah, but the way you fall down like that, that's
Yeah.
the way of doing it.
And you fall down in front of 500 people, and it's not supposed to happen. What has to happen then is you have to pretend that it didn't happen.
Oh no!
And that's even funnier.
Oh no!
And so the person gets up, delivers a line. It's called, what's it called when somebody can't keep a straight face on stage? Corpsing.
Corpsing. Okay.
It's called corpsing because you have to force your face into a dead, even though you really want to laugh, and you have to carry on and say things, and get on with the play. But yeah, that was a funny story, I guess.
Oh wow! You just made me think. I was listening to the story about the whole corpsing and the faces. I've got a friend. His name's Stephen Hope Wynn. He's an actor and a voice actor and all the rest of that. And maybe I don't know. Maybe you guys could connect somehow because you both can talk acting world. Because he was the voice of. He did computer game voice. I don't know, Lara Croft's dad in Tomb Raider.
Oh, okay. He's probably got a great agent, But if he doesn't have a great agent,
yeah,
I'm more than happy to help him, and would love to hear from him. So let him know.
Yeah, of course, dude. That thank you. Right now, regarding the musical side of things, right? Any favorite? Tell me about the recording process. Like the way your vocals are lovely, and so
thank you.
No, dude, they are. Like, I get like over 100 songs sent to me a week. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's not a lot compared to other stations. Yeah, but what I'm trying to say, but for me as a little, not little but big Indian guy, to have all these sent, we're starting out. We're small fry. We are like a micro organization, if you want to say that. But the
possibilities are endless.
Exactly, and because the gangster part about it is because we run on a shoestring budget, right? We've seen a lot of other companies and struggle through the lockdowns, but because I'm used to living on a shoestring budget anyway, to me it's normal, And if anything,
yes.
The sad part is that we've had a massive influx of music coming into the show during lockdown. During the first and second lockdown. Because people have time to be more creative.
Yes.
Yeah. So, do you have a particular microphone or any sort of talk to me about the recording process? Any favorite microphones? Any favorite studio gear that you love?
Okay, so that's a great question, by the way. I don't know a lot about microphones. I couldn't name one for you, but I know that my experience of being in the studio in London more than in Spain when I recorded my EP, but the more recent stuff like Redeem and Somebody Nobody and Jump and Put Your Lights On was all recorded in London, where I spent a lot of time. And I worked with my producer Herman Stevens, who wrote Somebody Nobody, and who also wrote Jump. And he worked in the studio with a lot of mics in conjunction with the, electrician people and the desk people. I sang to the mic that was put in front of me.
Yeah.
So, but I did notice that some of them changed your voice so significantly.
Yeah.
And beautifully, that what you sing in your head and that comes out in your mouth goes through the mic and it comes out and it's like, oh my God, how on earth did that happen now?
Wow.
And I didn't realize that a mic could achieve such dramatic and different things.
Oh,
my process in London to date has been, first of all, because I'm not a songwriter by trade until now. I have, written a couple of songs recently, but up until now, I haven't been a songwriter. I've been more of a collaborator and interpretator of songs. But my process was to learn a song in rehearsals in a studio with the band, tried to get to perform it a few times on stage, and get to know it, and get a bit comfortable with it, and then go into the studio, and we kind of know a little bit about the vibe of what we're trying to achieve. Um, and take it from there. So the vocals, for any song, you're only going to be in on vocals for a day or two. I do. Most of my vocals are done in a day.
Wow.
I do long takes, and I do complete takes of the tracks, from start to finish.
That's because you're a live performer, though. That's what you used to do,
Yes.
isn't it? Yeah, yeah.
Yes, and then we can go out. So I'll do that a number of times, and after you've been singing for an hour, you're going to be singing better,
Yeah,
than you were an hour ago, because you were warmed up a little bit, and you've got an energy going on with the people in the room, and you're getting a bit of direction from the producer, and it's all kind of beginning to vibrate a bit better. And so I love being in the studio. I love recording songs. Then you can go in and you can re-record any bit that you're not crazy about, or you can do harmonies, which I like doing on any set of piece, or different sounds or whatever. So it's very expensive, of course, to be in the studio.
yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
So no, I don't have a record company or anything like that behind me, so I have to work hard to be there when I am there. But so I make good use of the time, and yeah, it's great. I love it. It's a dream come true.
I like the answer. I like. I like
You
it.
asked.
Man. I like it. You went all the way around the mulberry bush on that one. I love it. It's class. Brilliant. So, what do you do, right, to stand out from the crowd? Now that I got to credit to Antonia Charlesworth of the Big Issue North Online. She asked you that same question, sort of thing. She said, in a saturated market, what do you do to stand out?
What do I do to stand out from the crowd?
Yeah.
Right. That's an interesting question. All right. I don't think that's to be honest, I don't think that's my first motivation.
Yeah.
But I do understand the importance of it. So yes. So I think visuals are very important to me. So as an actor, moving into music, I've got a lot more listeners to my music on YouTube than I do on Spotify, for example.
Okay.
So visuals are very important to me, and the performance of the song visually. And you mentioned imagery earlier.
Yeah.
Playing those different characters and interpreting the song in a film, which is called a music video.
Yeah.
Which I grew up with music videos. And the music video age, at the beginning of music video. So the visual, and as a photographer, and as a performer, the visual interpretation of the song is everything, and the visual performance within that is everything as well, to me.
Wow.
But it has to stand up, audio alone.
Yeah.
Right.
True.
So the song has to stand up. If anyone's listening to me on Spotify, it has to stand up there.
Yeah.
And it has to stand up visually, because the visual has to be worthy of the song.
Oh, very true. Yeah,
then you have to edit. I notice with the edits of my stuff, I edit quite rhythmically. It's almost like a conductor going on in the background there, with the cuts and stuff. Sometimes they're on the beat, and sometimes they're against the beat. But there's definitely an editing rhythm that goes parallel to the musical rhythm of my projects.
Wow. So so your acting life and your dramatics and your theatre work actually play a big impact of you actually being on stage as a musician.
Yes, and it all kind of crystallizes together in music. Everything I love in music videos and in live performance. I've got a new music video coming out on January 12th, by the way.
Yeah, you sent it across on a Skype thing, man. I love it. Hold on.
Thank you, man. Yeah.
No, it's okay. Am I tell us the name of it? Am I okay to? Because I jotted it down.
Well, it's called "Give Me Light."
Why have you like? Is it some sort of tactic like to I was gonna ask you that. You've set it to premiere on February next year, right?
January 15th.
Yeah, yeah. But oh, is that so? Is that in time with something else?
Yes. So
Okay.
there's I've invested a significant amount of money in plugging the song on radio
Ah, cool, 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 cool,
here
cool.
in the UK.
Yeah,
You know, it probably still won't get into uh, the ears of mainstream radio. I don't know how far it can reach there, but I've paid someone, and she will get it on to BBC Birmingham or BBC Manchester, and a lot of college radios, of which there are many,
yeah,
hospital radios, and some community radio stations, which are very important, but not all community radio stations. I would say, second tier commercial stations, maybe.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That kind of thing. So she will send a list then of every station that's either played it or playlisted it, which means playing it more than once in a day. Um, yeah, and I think my personal belief now is that if you are going to put out a song, you have to put it out, invest in promoting it and plugging it a bit as well. And in fact, in my case, with working with low budgets, the post production plugging and PR bit is more expensive than the actual making of the music bit.
Wow, wow, what an insight there, man. I didn't even think of it that way. Wow,
Yeah,
wow, wow. So at the end of the day, I mean, if you got the support from the Beeb, that'd be a big thing.
huge for me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That'd be big. So
That would
this
be
I was gonna ask you about that until you've answered the questions. I thought, how come? I thought he's sitting on a track. He's got a video. Track's done. Video's done, and he's set it for next year. I thought, what the hell is going on over here? But normally artists are like, I want to get it out to the world right now. But it's,
Oh yeah, I shot it a year ago in Ireland before lockdown.
wow,
The video, the one you saw with the fire and everything on the beach.
great video.
So I've been sitting on that for a year. Yeah, and put your lights first and then jump. But lockdown happened just after I'd finished filming Give Me Light. Yeah, so actually the advice I got was don't put anything out in December. This is from the plugger. Are you gone again? Yeah, you're there. She said, don't put out anything in December because it's just way too busy.
Yeah,
People releasing Christmas music and this, that, and the other. She said, put it out in January when it's a bit quieter and it might have a shot at getting more attention.
very, 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 very clever.
So I,
Yeah.
yeah, so I did that. Initially, I was due to release it in December, but I changed it.
Dude, I've had like 15 Christmas tracks sent in, man.
There you go.
That's like end of November. So
Yeah,
we're at the 4th of December now, and they're still coming in today. If I check my email,
I bet you.
yeah, yeah, it's gonna be mad. Like half, some of them are okay. Some of them are not so great, but some are really, really amazing. But it's just the fact that I want to try and play them all out at the end of the day. Tell me about what I found was quite interesting. So he's a friend of yours, Peter M. Smith and Dead X-Ray. Speak no evil.
Peter M. Smith is my friend, my Irish friend.
Yeah.
And he is also an actor and a musician, more of a musician and a singer. He was on Pop Stars The Rivals,
Ah,
where Girls Aloud was born.
wow.
And he was in a band called Fix, Pixx, back in the 90s. It was a boy band. And he was one of the boys, also an actor from Ireland. And I reached out to him when I was moving into music. And he was living in Spain at the time. So he introduced me to his band
Yeah.
and helped me produce my first track, Love Will Tear Us Apart. During the recording process of that in Spain, I said to him, because I was very nervous, I hadn't sang really a lot. I said, you come singing with me. You come on the tune with me. So he came on the tune with me.
Yeah.
And then he came in the video. So then once we'd recorded the tune, it was back to my world of filming and da, 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 da. So I took charge of that music video production of that first music video. And I worked with a DOP that I'd worked on a TV show in Ireland because it was a very important music video. And I think you always have to put out your best. So we went to Ireland, brought the guys over from Spain, shot a music video there, put it out, all to a deadline of marriage equality. And yeah, that's Peter. And we've been friends ever since. Peter wrote some of the songs on my first EP, including my latest video that's going out in January 15th called "Give Me Light." He
Yeah.
wrote that tune as well.
Absolutely brilliant, because that's lonely child music, isn't it? If I'm
It's a very chill track, I think.
yeah.
It's out there already on Spotify, actually, because it's part of the EP. But
Wow.
I'm releasing it as a single already. I mean, I'm releasing it as a single as well as the video on January 15th.
Absolutely bloody brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. So Love Will Tear Us Apart was a cover of Joy Division's classic tune, yeah. But that actually knocked Bono and BB King, When Love Comes to Town, off the top of the spot in Ireland 2015 during the marriage equality referendum. How amazing is that? How did he feel? How did he feel doing that?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. That's off the rock charts.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And people weren't buying music the way we bought music in the 80s. So a number one track isn't 300,000 copies or 500,000 copies sold of people walking into a shop and picking up a CD and leaving with it.
yeah.
It's a number one is now probably 10,000 downloads, maybe. I don't know how it works in streams and
Yeah,
whatever.
I don't
You,
understand. Yeah,
but the charts didn't mean the same thing in 2015 as they did, say, when I was growing up. But it was just a fun fact that Bono and BB King were number one because BB King had died around that time, and they did that great track When Love Comes to Town. And actually, when I released my Love Will Tear Us Apart, I displaced them on the top. How did it feel? Yeah, it's kind of fun. It doesn't really mean a huge deal, but it was kind of fun. Yeah, you
wow,
know.
wow. Okay, so have you ever lost motivation or hit a hurdle? And how do
Sometimes, yeah.
do you get writer's block, and how do you deal with it? Do you ever
Well, I don't get writer's block because I'm not really a very developed writer, but I get stage fright, and you know, I have a lot of doubts about what I'm doing. And when I'm in pre-production for a music video, I'm wondering, oh my God, will this even work? And you know, so yeah, it's a creative process. It's the same if I'm playing a theater role. If I sign up to play Hamlet, you know, my head's going to be thinking about Hamlet for the next 12 weeks or 8 weeks, morning, noon, and night.
yeah,
Uh, and the process is quite quite obsessive. It has to be by its nature. And you have to learn the lines or learn the song or organize the shoot or so it's an all consuming thing. So yeah, I do. And I do get doubts. Um I rarely feel doubt when the spotlight's on me, although
yeah?
or when the camera shouts action.
Also, then you switch into JD mode, basically. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I mean, usually
yeah.
usually it would take a lot to because like we're on.
Okay, another question, dude. Have you been wrong about anything? Like, have you changed your mind about anything, either in the acting world or the music world, where you've had a fixed opinion or view on something, and you thought, "Damn, I was wrong about something." So there must be something.
Yeah, well, I'm going to just go to shoot from the hip here and say, when I was growing up as a child, our culture is probably predominantly white people on our TVs and on our magazines, and uh, you know, um, although I was very aware of imbalance and inequity, racially and otherwise, from a young age, I think, as a child even.
Yeah.
Um, have I changed my mind? I think I was very enamored with our film and TV culture
Yes.
for a very long time.
Yeah.
And uh, I think I haven't, I found that it sometimes, it's going to let you down. Sometimes, it's not going to represent you, or actually it's going to misrepresent you often, or and so on. So and this is an industry that I work in, so it's an industry I want to move forward in. So there's that kind of dichotomy of who's being represented, am I being represented? But yet I want into this door, but yet am I even in that house? so, so yeah, so, I think I've become less so enamored with that superficial, maybe it is superficial element of our entertainment culture, and try to, be more balanced in my consuming of that culture too.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so is there anything that you I haven't asked you? I mean, I've got a whole bunch more questions, but I thought
Well,
is
shoot me one then.
oh, all right. So
Pick one. Pick one.
all right, cool. Here we go. We got a message. Oh, more messages coming through. Bloody hell. That's why I needed an assistant in the studio. No, all right, it'd help. So what I was gonna say is 5 years down the line, where do you see yourself? Not like a job center. It's like a job. It's true. It's like a job interview, isn't it?
I've signed on. I've signed on the dole in my time here in this country.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Wham did a song. Wham did a song about that. If you want to bring it back to music, job or no job, you can tell them that I'm not.
But then again, you got UB40. You know what I mean from Birmingham. So there you go, man. That's what I'm saying.
What was there? UB40, the actual form,
Yeah,
and the
music
and the band.
The band, yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it?
Yes.
So yeah. So
what was the question again? What was the question again?
Oh bloody.
Um,
Put 5 years down the line, like musically.
5 years. Okay.
Okay. Are you going for superstardom? Is that what you're going for?
Don't you always have to go for superstardom though?
True. Like,
don't you though?
Me, I don't. What it is, I want to be the guy in the background, the underdog who's always there supporting people.
I think if you're a performer, I think you're always kind of going for gold.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But I think you have to keep it in check and think, well, when I'm going for gold, what am I doing? Is this about me or is this about us?
Yeah.
Or what's that balance? And what am I giving to an audience during that journey? And so yeah, I think the short answer to that is, we're always going for gold as artists, but I think we have to be realistic and patient and keep doing the work. And music is very hard for independent artists.
Yeah, it is.
And I go one song at a time these days, just like I think we go one day at a time in a pandemic.
True.
True. So one project at a time, one song at a time, do your best. But yeah, dream big.
Brilliant, dude. Now, when you Put Your Lights On in Tarragona in Spain, I wouldn't have wanted to come back to London, man. The weather there must have been lovely.
It was actually very cold.
Really?
Yeah, because we shot it in winter. We shot it in February.
Yeah.
Beautiful location. Absolutely stunning. Everyone should go there to Tarragona in Spain. It's actually an old Roman town in Spain. It's ancient, as you can see from the opening shots of that church place that I'm standing outside. It's a beautiful place. I have strong connections to Spain. My friend Peter lives there. The musicians on my first EP are all Spanish. The later stuff are British and European. But and I've shot a number of videos in Spain, like Imagery, which we spoke about earlier. That was shot in a little theater in Spain. Redeem was shot in Spain.
Wow.
And what was the last one? Put Your Lights On was shot in Spain by the same team. So those three, and we've become friends and brothers. And and a trip to Spain is great because we get to reconnect and get creative. And
I love it. Right, latest video. Look, officially selected for the first London Rocks Film Festival 2020, dude. You ain't playing about, man. So how did that come about?
Well, Brighton Rocks Film Festival is the festival where Redeem won Best Video.
All right.
In 2019. It's a very young festival. It's set up by a film professor, a very young film professor.
Yeah.
So it's quite legit, and it's for films, feature films, the whole thing. And it's called Brighton Rocks Film Festival. Very young, 1 year. So I won the first year for music video down there, And they started London Rocks Film Festival, and they're going to be doing like LA Rocks Film Festival, that kind of thing. So they're trying to set up a brand, and the specialty is kind of marginalized artists, actually, or artists that don't normally get, I think people who are playing with form and playing with style and doing something a little bit different, or who may be a bit marginalized or whatever. It celebrates those filmmakers and musicians and stuff. So Put Your Lights On was selected officially for the first London Rocks Film Festival this year, but actually Somebody Nobody was runner-up in the first London Rocks Film Festival, which was this year as well. So, it's a little accolade, and it's lovely, and it's really nice to be seen, because that's what it is about as an artist. We want to be seen.
Yeah. Your own genre of music with your own style called rainbow rock. How did that come about?
Rainbow rock. Did I come up with that term? I think I probably did.
Yeah.
Rainbow rock is really just a reference to me being gay, and holding the pride flag high, and celebrating my LGBTness in my music, and in my life and in my work, and standing up and being counted as an LGBT artist, which is very important, because, as you know, LGBT people are persecuted and killed in many places around the world. So rainbow rock. I'm a rainbow rocker. I'm a proud gay artist. Gonna sing a song for you. I'm gonna show you what we can do. Let's go.
Wow, I love it. I love it. Is there anything else you'd want to add that I've your socials, obviously? So what are your socials that people can get hold of you on? That's important.
You can get me on Facebook. That's facebook.com/JD Kelleher 008. I'm on Instagram at JD_KELLEHER. And I'm on Twitter at JD_KELLS. And I'm on YouTube. So please follow me on YouTube. I need your subscription. That's where we artists, once we've built 1,000 subscribers, we can monetize our channels.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about, man. I think at Radiation.
Oh, yeah, you were saying that, actually. You were saying that on your show last night, weren't you?
Yeah. Because
I subscribed to you yesterday.
No, thank you. I believe in having real.
Because I understand that.
Thank you. Because that is it may appear minor, but it's actually major to have real people that actually support your. Very
important.
Yeah,
very important.
It is. I've got a question for you. You were in Holby City, man. You've done so much film work. It's just not even funny. It's just crazy. But you were actually in the bill. So when he's in the bill, right? Did you actually get to meet Tosh?
Yeah, I did, of course. Let me tell you even more. I got and the bill should never have been cancelled. I played 3 different characters in the bill.
Okay.
Over time. So when I came to London first, I went on the bill. One of my very first jobs, I was probably about 22, playing a busker or something. I was back 3 or 4 years later as a different character.
Wow.
Because so you have to take a 3-year break, and then you can come back as somebody else. And then I came back again, third time, about 4 years after that, as a different character again.
So you came back as Forry? Yeah.
As what?
So it's the first time you were James Ryan, then Billy Adams in 95. In 1999, you was Forry.
Oh my God, you've got it all there in front of you. I can't believe that.
The indie man don't play about, man.
It's a good job. I'm telling you the truth, right?
It's good.
It's a good job. I'm not fibbing, because you're checking up on me right there. Yeah, I was. And the bill is a great place for young actors to get some experience of being on set. And, it's what we call high turnover drama. They were shooting it every day like EastEnders. And actors got a lot of jobs there. So
wow,
it was a good thing.
So the last thing, what I said, the last thing you've done, was Finding Joy, the credit, the yoga instructor. Is that right?
Yes,
Or
correct.
So there's nothing else in post production at the moment.
Just my music video coming out on January 15th, if I haven't mentioned it already.
Brilliant. Wow, I'm not even kidding. Anyone listening in, right, or watching this, you got to check out this guy's IMDb. He's not playing about, man. He's
He's not playing about, man.
He's not. He's proper. You know what I mean?
Oh, I meant to ask you. You probably. Speaking of Bangra, let's bring it back to Bangra.
Oh boy, yeah.
Did you ever go to a club called Shakti in London?
No, I haven't been. I'm sure someone else has mentioned Shakti as well. Shakti means power.
Does it?
Yeah.
Well, you're straight, right? As far as I can work out. So,
yeah.
You would have really. I mean, you would have been welcomed in Shakti, but it was gay. It was a gay night.
Oh wow. Okay.
In Tufnell Hill, I think it was, or maybe it was Tufnell Park. And anyway, it was a great night.
Yeah.
With deep Bangra vibes, and all the Indian queens coming in their sari, in their drag saris and everything, looking so beautiful and everything. Indian LGBTs and their friends. It was a great night in London, Shakti.
Do you know if it's a great night out?
Also, huh?
If it's a great night out, I'll take Claire. Because Claire's always well into going out, and we never get to go out and enjoy anything, dude. Like we never do. Like because she says, Dav, you're stuck doing radio, and when you're not doing radio, you're producing music. When you're not producing music, you're mixing music. I wanted my whole life to be around sound, but I would like to go to a place where you get to hear. I love live music. I love live events. I love. I'll definitely check out Shakti. I'm gonna definitely go there. I'll take.
I don't know that it's still running. It might be closed. Long time ago now. I was dancing there in my 20s, and in my early 30s.
You can dance. Clearly, of course, you can dance.
I can dance, and I can throw a few shapes, as they say.
Yeah. You can cut a rug.
I'm not a dancer, but I can try.
I can't dance to save my life, dude, man. I'll be honest, man. I'm just a radio guy, man. But it's just all right. You give me socials. We're looking forward to your next release. You've put the video out there for, was it January or February?
January 15.
I'm an idiot. I've wrote down February the 10th for some reason.
But the song is already on Spotify. It's called "Give Me Light."
Give Me Light. Absolutely brilliant. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, I just want to say, man, it's been great to connect with you.
Yeah, definitely. It's an honor.
There's nothing unasked. It's really nice to connect with you, and I hope we can stay connected moving forward. And thank you for giving me a platform and a voice. And I wish you the very best with your show. And big up to everyone who's listening or tuning into in any way.
Dude, check out this. This is gangster. I'm no big time radio guy, right? Yeah, but I'm telling you, I know there's big time radio people that listen to my show.
Really?
Yeah, I know, and I know.
Okay, good.
I know. Just put it that way. And
yeah, okay.
It's one of those funny things where you just don't know where you're going to end up or who's going to call you.
That's right. And you kind of gotta go with the flow on that thing. But let me tell you, I got some tunes for you next year as well.
You better send them across.
I got a couple of kickers lined up as well. So and we'll get together on a Bangra.
Yeah.
On a Bangra mix, I hope.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I look forward to it because look at the difference between a guy, right? Imagine a person, right? Check this out. You got a guy who says no to everything in life. Dude's gonna have no family, no partner, sitting in a little box room on his own. Do you want a driving license? No, don't want a driving license. So he's just toddling about on his feet, right? At the end of the day, he's gonna have a sad little life. Should I go out? No. Or you got a yes guy, right? Now who's gonna have a more fulfilling life? The yes guy. There you go. So I'm saying yeah. Let's bring on the Bangra mix thing, man. Let's do it. At the end of the day.
Let's bring on the Bangra mix.
Yeah.
And not only does he have a better life, man, and I'm sorry to get very deep and I've done this now, but he probably has a better death as well.
Yeah, exactly. Because at that moment, those final moments, he's thinking, What did I
Oh
do?
man, I lived.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and many people. Yeah, just like the show. What do we call it? What's it called again? The Handmaid's Tale, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're being conditioned. The whole thing is, blessed be the fruit, man. That is what's happening. That is what's going on, and that's becoming our new normal. Lockdown is becoming our new normal. We've been conditioned, and it is proper Orwellian, man. So at the end of the day, I am glad to be part of the resistance, and I don't believe the bull crap.
Well, I'm part of the resistance too, but the pandemic will be over soon.
Yeah,
You
of
know,
course. After all the
but
businesses have been crippled.
the media will, but the media will still be what it is.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Without the pandemic,
Yeah, of
it will
course.
still be an oppressive, very much an oppressive force
Yeah, of
in
course.
many ways.
Yeah. Of course. There was a particular. I put it on my wall yesterday on my Facebook wall. There's a particular section of regiment or something of the army, which is involved in sort of intelligence and counterintelligence sort of thing. I thought that's pretty interesting stuff, man. So that's quite deep. Because Steve, the actor that I told you about, he's military, so I
Okay.
wonder what he's got to say about that. But it's just nice to be a voice which isn't pushing the official narrative in today's day and age. I don't think many people have the backbone, or if they did have the backbone, they'd lose their job. And I
Well,
think, yeah, so that's important. So our actions make the world for our children, whether we want to do something about it or at the end of the day, I'm glad I'm independent. Put it that way. And
yeah, man.
I'm glad I didn't take the big money, because with that big money comes certain restrictions or whatever it is.
Well, the same thing can be said of choosing life of an artist,
Yeah, yeah,
because you're choosing a lot of uncertainty. You're choosing to actually do something quite revolutionary, which is not be specifically financially motivated. Obviously you've got to pay your bills and survive and do it, and do your best to make plans or have a family. But you're not being run by corporate or motives, or normal everyday or big brother motives. Like, to put it bluntly.
well,
It takes a lot of courage to be an artist, which I include a radio presenter in that.
thank you,
You know, it
thank you.
does. It takes courage to have an independent voice in a voice that's in a culture that's increasingly homogenized.
Oh, it's true. I mean, I've just got a scholarship come through like about 4 days ago, 5 days ago, to be a chartered financial analyst to the level 1 paper.
Wow.
Yeah. Do I want to do that though? I spoke to Claire, and she goes, "Remember last time when you failed the exam, you put all that hard work in, every day, morning till night, mental, neglected the radio show, neglected the music, putting weight on, eating crap, There's times where you got no money because you're not going to work, cancel all my work shifts as well, all the security shifts, sat there every day with this bloody thing over it. Look at this. Talk about being a calculating Indian. Flipping calculator in it. There you go." So, I sat there. I was going to bed with a calculator, and I thought, I'm going to be
Why
doing
are you
it
going to bed with the calculator?
because you're running you have to be fast on the exam, and you've got to keep on practicing to answer all the financial, what do you call it, questions, right? And I thought, I'm breaking my back to do a job where there's uncertainty, where other people have a say as to how I live my life with financials, as to is you good enough for the firm. And I thought, no, I'll do things by myself at the end of the day. And I know it sounds a bit crazy, but I thought, with this, it's guaranteed. You put hard work in the radio, or you put hard work on a song, people hear it, don't they? Yeah,
Yeah, and it's a longer game, man. It's not instant gratification. The
exactly.
longer, it's a longer game. It's something you're building.
Yeah, exactly. And
You know.
I'm looking 5 years. I'm looking 20 years ahead. I'm looking 20.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my grandkids. Put it that way.
In 2015, I put out my first music video, and it was a great experience. But now I've got a body of work out there that I'm proud of, and that I can, it's a little legacy there.
But you don't
For,
just have that.
for yeah.
You've got support of Radiation, the #1 station for the Asian invasion.
Yes.
There you go, man. Oh,
Yes.
that's another thing, JD. Do me a favor, dude. Could you please say that in your actory sort of voice? Like, could you say,
Okay.
this is Radiation, no, this is JD Kelleher on Radiation, the #1 station for the Asian invasion. Have you got to write it down?
Say it one more time. Say that one more time.
All right. This is JD Kelleher on Radiation, the #1 station for the Asian invasion.
This is JD Kelleher on Radiation, the #1 station for the Asian invasion.
Love it, love it. Thank you, thank
Was
you.
that correct?
Yeah, banging. Because what I'll do with that, I'll chop that and I'll stick it up.
Drop it.
Exactly, brilliant, man. Thank you, thank you,
Oh man,
thank you, thank you
Big
so
up.
much.
Thank you. Have a fantastic day, and we're friends now.
Yeah, most definitely, bro. Of course, man. You know that. It's an honor,
Yep.
honor to support great music and great human beings.
Likewise.
Dude, you're the best. Thank you, man.
Thank you, man. I'm going to click the red button.
Yeah.
Over
cool.
and out.
Over and out. Thank you, boss.